Menstruation. For many people around the world, it's a dirty word that causes embarrassment to over half the population. Radio personality Dineo Ranaka is teaming up with a leading feminine hygiene brand to dispel myths about menstruation and help improve menstrual health. She's launched an intergenerational social media talk show about menstruation, which is being directed by an award-winning documentary filmmaker. To tell us more about this, we have the pleasure of welcoming Dineo Ranaka on the show this afternoon. Dineo, before I get to you, though, let's take a short look at one of the talk shows you did with your mother, your grandmother, and your 13-year-old niece.
Just generally cool that we're here with me today in this space and we're just talking about like our menstrual cycles. That's really, really cool. I think it's pretty dope.
Well, it is.
But yeah,
it's a subject that is scary.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a subject that needs to happen.
Also natural to have.
Pardon?
A subject that is natural to talk about.
See, this is what I find most interesting because she says, and she's only 13, she literally just turned 13. And she's comfortable and confident to say, well, this is something normal to talk about and it's a subject that we should be talking about. And then with you, as a 60-something-year-old, and I mean generational age gap, you're still a little hesitant around it. Why do you think that is?
I think I would just say it's indoctrination. What was put in our head in our generation. It was more taboo than education.
Dineo, great to have you with us on the show. Welcome. Tell us why this issue is so close to you.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. This issue is very close to me because, first and foremost, I'm a mom, right? Raising boy children and girl children. Now, I know that menstruation is generally, well, not even generally, but it is experienced by the girl child and the woman. However, it affects everyone around her. It affects her journey in life. It affects, you know, her manifestation to self as a girl becoming a woman. And very important for me to be a partner on a project such as this because it is so important that we remove the shame from the subject of menstruation and we remove the shame attached to menstruation, attached to the girl child. And we also demystify you know, and demythify rather, you know, the myths around menstruation. So for me, it's a subject that's very, very close to my heart. And the fact that, you know, girl children and the female reproductive system or the female sexual organ is not put at the forefront of priority in terms of being catered for by state or society at large outside of just, you know, outside of just the norm, it was very important for me to associate myself to such a product.
Well, why have you decided to use social media as the platform on which this talk show will run?
I beg your pardon, I didn't hear that.
So I'm asking about the choice of social media for the platform that this talk show is going to run on. Why did you choose social media specifically?
Social media is quite a personal medium that people hold near and dear of late. We are living in a digital age. People have access to content at their leisure. People have access to content from, you know, their phones, their tablets, their computers, their laptops. So social media felt like the perfect fit for a platform like this because on any given day, you can go back and repeat it as and when. You can go back and revisit it as and when. You don't have to kind of schedule it in. Whenever you want to have a relationship, pardon me, my camera stand is sliding there. You don't have to have a schedule per se that is dictated to you on when and how you consume this information. Social media makes everything so personalized and easily accessible, and we felt that social media would be perfect for it.
When we have these conversations about menstruation, we often talk about young women from poor communities who are most vulnerable to exclusion from education based on a lack of access to feminine hygiene products. We know there are so many NPO and charity drives to address that fact, but until we change the kinds of products we use and how much they cost, that problem is always going to be there. Is that going to be part of the conversation that you're having?
It's going to be a part of the conversation, but it's already been a part of the conversation that we've been having internally, to say, how do we help? How do we continue to play our part to be relevant right now in our solutions in combating the problems that exist right now? Hence, when we speak about the Let's Talk platform on Let's Talk, lil-letstalk.co.za, we have interlinked and woven into that sort of conversation a solution where Lilette has gone all the way out to say that we're going to create this exchange in our community, that for every engagement and every question asked on the platform, a donation is made to a charity of the community members' choice. So it's definitely a part of the conversation. We are wanting to position ourselves in a way that we can be currently and most relevantly active in providing solutions to the best of our ability. And that's one of them. To say, when you engage with us, albeit that, sanitary pads are still quite expensive, the lesser privileged have difficulty accessing different varieties of sanitary pads, and their limits, their options may be limited. But here we are raising our hands saying, all you have to do is engage us. Talk to us, be a part of the talks, be a part of our community. And for that effort, we'll extend ourselves and create these channels of donations to different types of charity choices from different community members. So that's definitely happening as it stands. And this dialogue is big within our team.
Very important conversations to have. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That was radio personality Dineo Ranaka.